Brice here from Mixed Alternative Magazine. We are back for another episode of Unscripted Verbiage. I'm sitting here with Hayden Kimball of the Louisiana-based band Voice of the Enemy, one of my favorites. And Hayden and the guys, in fact, have been busy playing shows with 12 Stones lately. They've been opening up for them a lot. And they actually had a show in Covington last night. And so we're going to dive into that as well as their new single coming up and much more. So what is up, dude?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm
Good to
good,
see you.
man. Trying to stay warm.
Yeah, I get that. It was certainly cold last night for sure.
I know. Zach messaged me and Zach's like, it was so cold. I'm like, dude, I know. Like, I didn't even step foot outside. Like, I totally get it. So let's talk a little bit about the show last night. It was in Covington and y'all opened up for 12 Stones. What was the crowd like?
Oh my God, a sold out crowd last night. It
Nice.
was insane. They were and like not only was it sold out, they were engaged. They were so like I like it was like an like unexpected energy from them. Like it was
Yeah.
crazy. It was, and what I really enjoyed about the people who came was like they were all genuinely interested in not
Mhm.
just 12 Stones, but everybody that was on the bill. Like,
That's
yes,
amazing.
they were there obviously for 12 Stones, everybody was, but like
Right.
they were one of those crowds that like they were genuinely interested in the bands that they got to play with them. That doesn't always happen. So
Right. Yeah.
and 12 Stones encourage that too. Like that's what I love about working with them is they are all about, they make it a point to say, thank you for bearing your soul
hmm
out there. Like I love how Paul does that. So,
I can't
but
wait
they
to
were,
meet him
yeah,
one day. So,
they were very engaged. And
hell
so
yeah.
like that was, could not have asked for a better crowd, could not have asked for a better lineup, couldn't have asked for a better venue either. It was a great venue.
Man, I wish I could have went. So, you'd laugh, but this goes to show you my mommy duties. All weekend, I've been working on a school project with my daughter. So,
Oh yeah, I understand that. My mom used to work on stuff like that with me all the time. So
yeah, so it's like, I gotta pick and choose the shows and everything, based upon their schedules, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I absolutely love it. So, little discussion. Let's talk about 12 Stones a little bit since y'all been linking up with them a good bit. And man, they've got a new single out too, and they're just completely killing it. Too bad we couldn't get like a Voice of the Enemy 12 Stones tour going.
oh, that's a dream. That would be a dream come true like for real.
Yeah,
Like
hear that, Paul? We gotta get that going.
but yeah, I mean like we were incredibly fortunate to get on a bill with them back in November at the Smiling Dog. And
Yeah.
I mean I've kind of been talking to Paul for years on and off, like on social media and stuff, but we never had the privilege of sharing the stage with them until that last show. And of course, when we were contacted again to jump on with them, it was like, yes, absolutely,
Hell
cancel
yeah.
everything. We are on that show. We're doing it. So, yeah, I mean, like I've become quite the 12 Stones fanboy since we started working with them. Just because it's not only the fact that they have killer music, it's just
Yeah.
their attitudes, all
Mm-hmm.
as musicians. It's like they're very much that type of band that wants to reach down and pull up
Mm-hmm.
everybody, that's coming after them, so it's
And
like
I love that.
it,
Love it.
yeah. And the industry definitely needs more people like Paul, and definitely more people like everybody in the band.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And
Well, it's
just
about the camaraderie, man, and you gotta
exactly.
lift
And
everybody up. So
yeah, but yeah, they're a fantastic group to play with. I can't say enough good stuff about them. And you bring up their new single, like they played it last night,
mhm.
and I had been listening to it throughout the week, and it's like this is so different. Like this is so refreshingly different, and
I just think it's really freaking good.
it is, yeah. But I mean, like different as far as like anything they've done. It
Right,
feels like they
right.
took a creative step in a different direction, and I'm really digging what they did with it.
Yeah, and see, and I had said this to you a while back. They're one of those bands who I feel never got their due diligence. It's like people know who they are, but they never got that like, lift like Evanescence did. It's like he did bring me to life, but then it's like, he should gotten bigger than that.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm Team 12 Stones, dude. Anything I can do to, boost them
I
up
mean, like I'm
all.
repping them today, like the
Yeah,
fanboy.
look, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What they Stranger Things. So it's what I do. It's what I do. All right, so let's talk more about you guys. So y'all have all kinds of shows coming up. So I guess is the Lake Charles one before the Black Market Halos one or after?
Yes, so the Lake Charles is coming up this weekend
Okay.
on February 7th. That's going to be with Holly Star and Gray Areas. Holly Star, we go back a long way with them.
I love them. Yes.
Yes, and like we were back when we were like, a bunch of, fresh high school
Mhm.
graduates, not played very many shows. Holly Star was one of those bands that really kind of saw in us what we didn't. So
Mhm.
we go back pretty far with them. Gray Areas, we just kind of made friends with them last year.
I know. I love them so much.
Yes, and they're all great guys. Like they're all
They
great.
are. They're such good people. Like that's my fam.
Yeah, I love those guys. So we're really looking forward to that. That's one of those shows where we're kind of pushing the boat out to get over there.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
yeah, and the Black Market Halo show on March 7th. That's literally 2 days after my 30th birthday.
Dude, what a way to kind of celebrate, huh? Playing a show at
Yeah,
the
and
varsity,
because I
right?
work at LSU, like I've been telling all my students about it that
Yeah.
I work with. So hopefully my students are going to be there. Hopefully my some of my coworkers are going to be there. So it's definitely going to be like a homecoming for us at the varsity.
Dude, I hope the metal gods smile on us that night because it's like when I'm planning stuff, like I look at the weather, I look at what other events are coming up, what's going around in the area, but that's the marketing in me, right? So
Hmm.
like, when I was planning this, I saw, of course they announced that Psych Fest that they're doing at Chelsea's and Brickyard on the same day. But then I'm looking at the weather and we're supposed to have some of the most bitter cold that we're ever going to get like during that time. So I'm thinking,
Jeez.
we might be okay. Get people into the varsity, being warm, listen to some metal,
Hmm.
which if you guys out there don't know about this Black Market Halo show, so Black Market Halos, banned from like the Sorrento Ascension Parish area, hasn't played a show in 13 years. These guys have a devoted following, and some of the members are also members in Branded for Exile, also. But we're trying to bring metal back to the varsity. And so we've got Voice of the Enemy, we've got Nine Slug, which Nine Slug doesn't even play shows anymore. So if you want to see them come on out. And I'll just say, may the metal gods smile upon us on March 7th at the Varsity Theater, and I'm ready.
I believe we call that manifesting.
That's what I'm talking about. We throwing that shit up there. All right, so now let's talk about your new single. So, Voice of the Enemy, you guys had a busy 2025. New music, playing shows just all over the place. But now we've got Sharks coming up. And in fact, it's coming out this week. So, tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so Sharks was one of those songs that we kind of started playing it live last year,
Hmm.
and we kept announcing it as a new single, new single, new
Right.
single, and we never had a chance to like record it. And when we did finally record it, we had to strategically pick,
Hmm.
a time to release it. And because by the time it was done, it was like sometime in August, I think, of last year when it was finished.
Yeah.
And we wanted to pick a time to release it. And so we kind of landed on the beginning of 2026 to
Right.
release it. And we've got a bunch of other material that we're sitting on, but Sharks was that one
Hmm.
that was like, we need to hit it and we need to hit it
Yeah.
hard because that one is like very, very different musically. Like
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
we were listening to a ton of Gojira when we
Hmm.
wrote this one. This one, the lyrics were based on kind of a really dark time in my life.
Hmm.
So that's kind of why it has a darker energy to it. Um, my biggest fear is thalassophobia. I have this crippling fear of deep water and the unknown in deep water.
Wow. Well, no, I can agree with you there. I'm afraid of heights, but yeah.
Well, but like so like that's where like all the musical elements are supposed to paint that sort of feeling of like being
Hmm.
stuck in deep water and not really
Yes.
knowing what's around you,
Yes.
feeling that like that impending doom.
Hmm.
And like that's kind of what it was going for. And it's quickly becoming one of my favorites to play live.
Oh, it's a great song. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so much, and there's so much so much co-singing between me and
Hmm.
Mike, our bass player, because Mike, I always tell Mike he's got a better voice than me.
Yeah.
So like I want him to do more singing, and so he finally gets to do a lot more, not even just singing, but he gets a whole verse in this song, and we get a lot of harmony. So it's one of those songs live that we can do that vocal harmony
Yeah.
we always do. So
And then the cover art for the single is absolutely incredible. Ryan Nichols did that. So
Yeah.
shout out to Ryan Nichols. If you don't know who she is a graphic designer in the local music scene and she does killer work.
Yes, and it was like it's great that you bring up Ryan because I was gonna do it. Like I was gonna
Yeah.
say, big shout out to Ryan because like Ryan's done a lot of work with some of the local bands,
Hmm.
and like it was great working with Ryan. Like it was so much fun. And Ryan is a very attentive artist, I would say.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
yeah, like Ryan did not want to give us that final bit until they were like, okay, like, are you happy with this?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun working with Ryan. I really hope we get to work with them again.
Oh, well, I mean, she does all kinds of stuff too. I mean, so I'm just going to throw this out there. She does stickers, she does graphic design, she does videos, she's a photographer. So if you need anything in the local music scene, hit up Ryan Nichols. Yeah,
Yes,
she's
absolutely.
amazing. Absolutely. All right, so let's talk about the rest of this year. So we got the shows, we got Sharks. What else are we doing this year in 2026?
So yeah, 2026, we're still booking the summer right
Hmm.
now. Kind of putting some feelers out for that right now. I believe it's April 11th. We're playing with them guys again, which those guys
Nice.
that's another band that, we've kind of that's kind of taken us under their wing
Yeah,
and really kind of
I love
taken
all
care
those
of us.
guys.
And them guys, their new bass player, Ross,
Ross,
he's
yeah.
actually
Oh,
the
yeah,
guy.
Ross, the producer.
He's the
Yeah.
guy that he did the mixing and mastering for the first half of the Mannequin of
Yep.
Misery EP. He did the mixing and mastering on Sharks, and he's going to be doing mixing and mastering for the rest of the second half of Mannequin of Misery.
That's awesome. He's really
Uh,
good at what he does. Much
he's so
respect.
much.
Much respect to Ross. We're doing a lot of shout outs today.
Yes, and when I found out Ross got the gig with them guys, it's like, yeah, that figures
Just
because
a perfect fit. Like, who else would you get?
but he was also doing live sound for them too. So it's like
Right.
so like working with them is always, so easy because they're very easygoing guys.
Yep.
And like it's funny because we're playing at the same venue in Ponchatoula, which is literally like a stone's throw from where I live. So it's very local. And what I like about playing with them guys, especially at that venue,
Hmm.
at the Hitch, is they always have this tradition where we all get together and we go get lunch and then we go to the venue.
Hmm.
And when they invited us to do that, because that's like their ritual, that's their thing.
Hmm.
They brought us in last year when we did that with them, and they said, "Yeah, just come, come eat lunch with us." And it was cool. It was like it felt like we were being brought into the
To the
fold.
brotherhood.
They made us feel included, and so
Yeah. Hell
that's
yeah. I
why
love those guys. They've got great attitudes, So,
I will always jump on a show with them guys if I
yeah.
can. But
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
so we April 11th, I believe is when that is. It's going to be
Okay.
at the Hitch in Ponchatoula, and then there's a bit of a break if we don't get summer booked. I'm not gonna be too upset about it because then that'll give us more time to do some video work, maybe
We
some
need, yeah, gotta do some
yeah,
promos.
maybe some more recording because we're almost done tracking the second half of the EP.
Hmm.
I think we maybe have one or two more songs that need tracking. And then we do all that here in my studio. So
Right.
like it's just a matter of getting everybody together and doing it.
Right.
So that's and then Ross just does all the mixing and the mastering. But I've learned a lot about producing just
Hmm.
from working with Ross because he's been, he might get something from me and he'll be like, all right, no, this needs fixing. Or
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like finally, like after doing all this with him, I've learned how to do it. So hopefully by the next album, we'll be doing everything in-house.
Oh, dude, you will. You will. I mean, I have faith in it. But I mean, look at it this way too. Like, if you don't book the summer, then, focus more on promotion. And then, hey, you're playing the grunge tribute show. We just put the
Oh yeah.
sign up sheet out today. So,
I just got signed up for that. I was like,
yeah.
I missed Outshined. I was like, ugh, I didn't get it, but I did get them bones. I'm doing the lead and
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm doing Jerry's vocals too.
Oh,
So
dude, it's gonna be awesome.
like the harmony. So I can't wait for that show. That's gonna be awesome
I
too.
keep getting excited looking at everybody signing up, and it's like there's a couple of the songs, that people aren't picking, and I get that, you don't know the song, but it's like we pick the set list based upon a certain theme, and so I'm hoping we can adhere to that, and we don't have to switch any of the songs, but if we do, we do, and
Yeah.
you just go with it. So, all right, now I want to touch upon this because a lot of people out there know that you're in Voice of the Enemy, but they do not know that you are also an actor. So last year, Hayden was in School of Rock, a live production of School of Rock, and he played Dewey Finn. Like, perfect casting choice. Just absolutely amazing. So, are there any plans to do any more acting? Are you exploring that?
I like I kind of pick up acting when it's a show I feel like is right for me.
Hmm.
Because the thing about, about acting is, yeah, it's so much fun. I love doing it, but it's like it always takes so much time
Oh, yeah.
that like it always has to be like in a moment where it's like, all right, we got to have a lull in shows for a little
Hmm.
bit so I can put my energy into this, but we can still record and everything. And that's exactly what we did with School of Rock, where
Yeah.
we didn't have any shows going on. We had our last show until School of Rock started. I think it was in June or July. We played in Homa,
Hmm.
um, at the Intercoastal Club, which another
Yep.
shout out to that venue. They
Oh,
were
that's an amazing club too. I haven't been able to make it out there yet, but I just live vicariously through all the Instagram and Facebook posts from
it was
them.
amazing. But like
Yeah.
so we played there, and then that was our last show until School of Rock's run ended. Because we got really heavy into rehearsals.
Yep.
And then after the show ended, we went right back to playing shows again. I believe it was in September or October we started going back to playing shows, and then we
Yep.
used that time to record. But um, my big bucket list show is Sweeney Todd. That
Really?
School of Rock was the first bucket list show. I was fortunate enough to do that. If I can do Sweeney Todd, I like that will be, my second biggest achievement as an actor. But like
Dude, yeah.
because and then they're doing it at the Sullivan Theater, but I couldn't make it out to the rehearsals. I mean to the auditions for it.
Bummer.
So like it would have been, really cool to at least try to do that, but
Yeah.
I just couldn't make it to the auditions, and it was because like I think what happened was the auditions were the same day as the very last rehearsal we had before that last 12 Stone show.
Oh, man.
And I was like, "Ugh, I can't make it." But yeah, and I saw the cast list for that, and I was like, that yeah, they're not gonna miss me. That's a hell of a cast that they have. So but yeah, like, as stuff comes up, like I
Mhm.
definitely like to audition if it feels right. I do a lot of stuff with the Columbia Theater here in
Yep.
Hammond. Um, Jim Winter, who's the creative director, he's, a mentor for me. Back when I was in college, I took a lot of his classes. And
Hmm.
so Jim's sort of like, a huge mentor for me. And every time he's doing a show or something like that, even if I can't audition for it, it's always, can you do the music? And so I love doing scoring for him.
Yeah.
And like I do stuff like that. In fact, we did a show called The Graveyard Girls back in October, and it was mainly a child cast. It was
Mhm.
under 18 kids that were doing the show. So obviously
Mhm.
I couldn't audition, but
Right.
um, I definitely got to do the music for it, and that was a lot of fun. And it's always stuff like that. If I can't
Hmm.
audition, I like to be involved in theater in some way
Yeah.
because it gets me away from the music mindset for a little bit,
Hmm.
and it gets me into the behind the curtain type stuff.
Yeah.
And but I mean, yeah, like you mentioned School of Rock, that was easily one of the high points of 2025 for me.
Absolutely amazing. Yeah.
And you're working with the kids, like
Hmm.
I'll never forget one of my biggest moments as a performer. I showed up at the first band rehearsal that we had for School of Rock. Because the way that for those of you who don't know how the musical is, it's like the musical version of it, all of the songs that are in the musical, if it involves the kids, if it involves the band, they play live off the floor.
That's so
So
amazing.
because we didn't have a pit band, right? Like we didn't have
Yeah.
a budget for it. But if you see it on Broadway, they had a pit band. So it's like just like a pit orchestra. So they
Right.
had a rock band come in to play that, and then the kids would just play over it. We didn't have that. We had a track and we had the kids. So um, the kids, like we showed up to the first rehearsal, um, and the guitar player, his name was George,
Hmm.
and he had learned our song Combustion, and he was
Wow.
playing the riff. And I was like, he's playing a riff I wrote. Like,
So insane.
and like I had to go and tell the guys about it because
Yeah.
Combustion, that's Michael's baby.
Hmm.
Like he wrote most of that main riff. And so I had to tell Mike about it because it's like, dude, we got kids playing riffs you wrote, and like, the kids were just amazing. Like it was so cool working with them and getting to tell them the same pieces of advice I learned growing up.
Yeah.
it was like it came full circle. Like,
I love those moments. Yeah.
oh God, it was so much fun. Like, just the physical comedy of it, and
Hmm.
getting to play, getting to play Dewey was like, it was a perfect role for me because
Oh, it
like
is. Like you are so Dewey Finn.
I always joke with people like I'm Dewey Finn if he got his shit together.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
Like if Dewey wasn't a loser, it would be he'd be me. But yeah, like it was a lot of fun. I got to work with actors I've never worked with before, members of the community out there and on the North Shore, and I would happily work with 30 by 90 Theater again. They took very good care of me. They took very good care of the kids and the other actors, and it really was like a very tight knit group. Like everyone
Yeah.
took care of each other. So it was a great show. I just wish it would have gone longer because after a month the show was over, and it was like that's always been my biggest thing as an actor is like
Yeah.
as a musician you can do the same gimmick as long
Right.
as
Over
you
and
want.
over. Yeah.
Yeah, but then like as an actor, whether you're ready or not, that show's gonna end, and
Yeah. And that
you
role's
don't get
going
to
to
play
end.
that
And
role
yeah.
anymore. And so like I remember when I was in grad school and I first started getting into doing theater,
Hmm.
I had a conversation with my castmates because they were all veterans. Like this was business as usual for them,
Yeah.
and I told them, I said I will never understand how you guys do, you know, how you guys can get committed to that role and really live in it and then have to let it go and then move on to the next one. Like that's just so hard for me because I get connected to these roles that I
Yeah.
play.
You get attached to the character. You know,
Yeah, and it, like as a musician, you can do the same thing as long as
mhm.
you want. You can do the same gimmick until you want to try something new, until you
Right.
want to do something else. But like theater, it forces it upon you, and that's kind of what makes it uniquely magical.
Oh, I agree. Yeah. I mean, I
Ready
did
or
theater
not,
in
it's
high
moving.
school and I wasn't any good at it, but it was fun.
It is. I mean, like I always encourage people to try it. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if you want to do acting or, stagecraft or directing, like try it. Give it a shot.
Hmm.
Like I say the same thing about live music. If you're a musician and you want to form a band and go out there and play shows, do it. You
Try
don't have
it. You
anything
never
to
know till
lose.
you try, you
Mhm.
know?
And
And that's
it's
the truth. You never know till you try something. Like for me, it's funny. It's like I was so shy when I did acting that it never broke me out of my shell. But if I were to do acting now with where I'm at in my life now, oh, I'd knock it out of the park.
well, like
Because
you
I'm
would
not
be. I feel
shy
like you
anymore.
you
It's
with
like I'm
your
not shy.
You with your organizational skills and like your promotional skills, I feel like you would knock it out of the park as a director or a stage manager.
Oh, well, now I would, but back in the day, no. Back in the day, like, dude, back in the day, I was like so shy and like scared to talk to people and scared to come out of my shell. But, dude, I'm telling you, after all these years, like,
But it's
I've
like
been through enough.
I was singing your praises last night too because like because like with your managerial skills, right? Because like I don't know if the folks watching are
Yeah, they
aware
might not
are
know. I
aware.
also manage Voice of the Enemy, might be conflict of
Yeah.
interest, but, just saying I like to, help out the bands that I love.
Yeah, and like and like I was singing your praises last night because like we were talking to some of the folks that had never heard of us.
Hmm.
And I said, like it really clicked for us when we partnered with you, because like,
Oh,
well, because like you got what our vision was,
hmm.
right? And it's one of those things where it just makes sense,
Yeah,
and it was that partnership of like, why didn't it happen sooner,
yeah.
and so like I was telling everybody like, it's not even just with us, but with every band that you work with, um, everybody always has
You
a
can make me
positive
cry.
outcome. Well, it's true. Like, and ask anybody you've ever worked with.
Oh,
Like, they're
I
gonna
know.
tell
But
you
I
the
mean,
same thing.
it's my passion, man. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not in this for the money. It's like you can tell the difference between somebody who does something for money versus someone who does it for the passion that they just love it.
Love the
And
game.
that's where I'm different. So it's like I always tell people, if I tell you I really like your band, I really like your band. Like, and I'm going to talk about you and I'm going to try to promote you, because that's another thing. Word of mouth is the best way to get people to discover new music. You're hanging out with someone, you're like, hey, check out this. Have you heard this yet? And then you're vibing to it. And the next thing you know, that person has found a new band or new song that they like, you know?
Well,
So,
I like that's what I love about working in higher ed too. Like for my day job,
mhm.
I work at LSU, and like, what I do over there, I work with college students all the time, and I love having, having those conversations with them. Like I'll never forget, I had a student come in um to an appointment with me, and I can't remember what t-shirt they were wearing. I think it was Gojira or somebody like that.
Nice.
And we got to talking about music, and um they were talking about, oh yeah, well, I'm actually looking to buy my first guitar. And I
Oh,
was like, okay.
well, let me
I'm a
help
guitar
you.
player. Like, what are you thinking
Yeah.
about buying? And we started talking about that, and it's stuff like that. It's like I love doing that for the same reason I love playing music, is
Yeah.
meeting new people, making those connections. And then when you meet somebody who really could use your expertise in
Hmm.
it, and kind of sharing that with them and pulling
Right.
them up the ladder with you, like that, that's a very rewarding experience for me.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
and so that's why I love working with college kids, because like they're the next generation. Like I was big on my education too when I was in college and in grad school.
Same.
So like like I love kind of like passing that along and
Hmm.
being that cool advisor with the tattoos. Like that
Yep.
2 days ago, they went to a local show and they saw I'm wearing war paint.
Yep.
You know,
Well, it's always cool to have that like one cool professor when you're in college. Like for me, that one cool professor was Dr. Joe Burns.
oh yeah, I love Dr. Burns. I
Love
never had
that
any of
man.
his,
Like I just love that man. Like
I never had any of his classes, but
dude, he was the best.
I
I'll
worked in
never
the
forget. Dude, first day, first class I ever had with him, he comes in and he goes, well, guess what? You're gonna listen to me. You know why? Because I'm the one wearing the tie. You're gonna listen.
that sounds like something he'd say too.
Yeah,
Like,
like I've got
I,
the tie on. I'm like, all right. And then I'll never forget, it was like our advanced video class, I think it was. Yeah, it was advanced video, and we were learning on pro no, was it advanced video or was it advanced audio? Maybe it was advanced audio. It was one of the advanced classes. Well, anyway, he comes in and he's like throwing out all this like music history in class and like, asking people questions. And like nobody in this age group was getting the stuff he was throwing down. And I forget, he said something, and I don't know if we were talking about Sabbath or somebody, but I threw out the name of the guitarist for whatever he was talking about. And he just kind of looked at me like, because I knew, I'm like, I like music.
well, like I used to work when I was in grad school. I worked as a GA with the mass comm department,
Yeah.
and that's actually how I got into, like student services, was doing that. And because we were GAs, we worked a lot with the faculty as well.
Yeah.
So I remember he met me through that, and we started talking about music.
Hmm.
Well, a couple months, maybe about a semester or two into me working there, I'm at my desk doing my work, whatever. He comes in and doesn't even say hello. He just walks in and he goes, "I got a question for you." And I was like, "Okay." And he said, "If you had the sound guy from Woodstock sitting in front of you, what would be the one question you ask him?" And it was such a specific question. I was like, I guess, because like he's expecting an answer. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I guess maybe ask him how they did sound check, because festivals weren't a big thing back then. So I guess that would be my question. He was like, "Got it, thanks," and he left. And he never brought it up again, never mentioned it again. A couple weeks later, he comes back into my office and he says, "You'll never guess who I had on Rock School last night." And he said, to answer your question, they had it on a Lazy Susan where they had 3 stages set up. And he said, but the Lazy Susan broke.
Oh,
So
wow.
like, the stage kind of broke like that, so they couldn't do that. And it was just so cool because like he would just casually bring stuff up like that.
Yeah.
Like, we would always talk about guitars,
Yep.
um we'd always talk about music, and he's just, to this day, like I reach out to him to critique mixes that I do,
That's
or get
awesome.
advice on building guitars, because I've gotten into like learning how to work on guitars.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's just I like, he's what I aspire to be.
Shout out to Dr. Joe
Academic,
Burns at Southeastern.
as an academic professional, he is what I strive to be.
Yeah, I
So
know.
like
I love that man so much.
it
So, Dr. Burns, I know you're probably going to watch this. Just know that all your past students pretty much love you. Okay. Just saying.
yeah. Yeah, I don't think he's ever had a student in his class that didn't talk about him one way
Right.
or another. and like he's just one of those guys that you can always count. You can always count on him being honest, but you can also count on him being kind.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing. Like he's not going to be mean to you if he's kind, if he's honest about something.
Yeah.
He's going to word it in a way that isn't going to like upset you, but it's going to make you want to be better.
Yeah. I always say it, and I'll put this out there and then we'll move on to the next topic and we'll wrap up. But literally everything I ever learned in college that is pertinent to who I am today and what I've done in my career, I learned from Dr. Burns.
Yep. It's same here. Like all of my artistic stuff, it's always two people. It's always,
Yep.
as far as like college experiences, it's always three people actually. It's
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Burns, Jim Winter, and Pat Kerber.
Okay. I don't know the other two. Yeah.
Pat was he was a guitar teacher, and I took his independent study guitar class for 4 semesters,
Okay.
and he taught me how to read sheet music. He helped me kind of lean into my perfect pitch because I didn't realize I had perfect pitch.
You do actually.
Yeah, and he helped me figure that out and learn how to use it to my advantage. And he taught me all kinds of stuff. And unfortunately, Pat, if you're watching this, I still can't read sheet music. I'm sorry, but you did your best. It just
Yeah.
it didn't stick, but it wasn't your fault. It was my fault.
You know, it's funny. I used to be able to read sheet music because I played clarinet when I was in middle school.
Really?
And I was pretty damn good at it. But you know what's funny? If you were to put sheet music in front of me today and hand me a clarinet and tell me to play it, I'd look at you like you were stupid.
I mean, like I can figure out the notes, but I can't figure out the tempo or the type of notes or anything like that. It's just like my perfect pitch carries me pretty much all the way through the
Yeah.
process. Like if you're gonna give me notations, you got to give me tabs. I
Yeah.
can't read sheet music.
That's okay. We'll get there then. We'll get there. So let's close out. So let's see. We've got Sharks coming out end of the week. We've got the two shows, the one in Lake Charles coming up this weekend. Then the Black Market Halo show, March 7th. Got another show April 11th with them guys. Busy year for Voice of the Enemy. And so if you are not familiar with their music, I urge you to go check it out because the best way to describe it is just really good. Like, I mean, I can't fluff it up. I just have to give credit where credit's due. It's just really freaking good.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Well, thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it.